Alright, so this unit has a leak. It leaked right here by the dryer, so we repaired the leak. So what we're going to do now is we're going to evacuate it with a vacuum pump. We're going to make sure to hold the vacuum, and we're going to recharge the system. So the tools that we need is, we need our vacuum pump, we need our set of gauges, we have a scale, and we're going to use a tank of refrigerant. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to hook up the gauges to the refrigerator. So we'll put the blue, since we're working with the low side only, we're gonna set the blue to the refrigerator. Our yellow is for the charging, so we're gonna hook up the yellow to our yellow is our service port, so we're gonna put it to the vacuum pump. And we're going to turn the vacuum pump and get it going. Okay, so typically what we do is we need to get this 30 inches in vacuum. So we're going to let it run for about 15 minutes. Then we turn it off and let it sit for 5 to make sure there's no leaks. So run for 15 minutes. So we've been running for about 15 minutes now. So what we're going to do is we're going to disconnect the gate, disconnect the vacuum pump, make sure there's no leak. Then we're going to connect the tank. First thing, we close the hoses, make sure the gauge doesn't move. Then we turn off the vacuum pump. At this stage, we're going to let it sit for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, if there's no movement on the gauges, then we are ready to charge the system because there's no leak. All right, so after 5 minutes, it's still at 30, so we have no leaks. So right now, I'll disconnect the hoses from the fast. So we have our 5 ounces in. We're going to let the refrigerator sit for 5 minutes, so that way it can equalize it. We should not turn the refrigerator on. If it's not equalized, the motor will not start. Second of all, we should not be pumping liquid with a compressor. So let it sit for 5 minutes so it can equalize it. All right, so it's been sitting for 5 minutes. So what we're gonna do now is we're going to go ahead and turn the refrigerator on, and let's see what's gonna happen. So we turn the refrigerator on, the compressor is on. If you look, the low side is going down. On a 134A system, the low side should run between -1 and about 2 above 0. So let's see what's going on. So the system is pulling down to about 0, which is good so far. So we've been running for about 5 minutes, and it's still at 0 or maybe 1, somewhere there. Unit is working pretty good. So at this point, what we'll do is we'll disconnect our gauges, disconnect the tank. I like to take my valves off. So if you're going to take off this access valve, you'll need to crimp this down and brace it shut. But for now, we're going to leave it on. Thank you very much.